Curious about what an older woman's body language says about her feelings for you? Today we're zeroing in on those subtle yet revealing body language signs that an older woman likes you. We're not just talking about friendly gestures. These are the specific cues that indicate her interest is more than platonic. By the end of this video, you'll be able to read these signals like a pro, ensuring you never miss a beat in the dance of attraction. Let's dive right in. 1. Mirroring your movements. Now, this might seem like a small detail, but trust me, it's a huge indicator of unconscious synchronization and attraction. You see, when an older woman is truly captivated by someone, her body will naturally start to mirror their actions and gestures, almost as if she's subconsciously trying to align herself with their energy and presence. It's a primal, instinctive response that she has very little control over. So, if you notice that she's subtly copying your hand gestures, leaning in the same direction as you, or even matching your breathing patterns, well, my friend, that's a pretty clear sign that she's tuned into you on a deeper level. And here's the real kicker. Mirroring isn't just a sign of attraction, it's also a subconscious way for her to create a sense of rapport and connection with you. It's her body's way of saying, hey, we're on the same wavelength here, and I'm totally digging your vibe. 2. Playing with her hair. You know the move. That deliciously flirtatious twirl of the locks, the casual hair toss, or even just a gentle tousle as she engages in conversation with you. Now, some might write this off as a mere nervous habit, but trust me, when it comes to body language, hair playing is a surefire sign that a woman's interest has been piqued. You see, hair playing is a subconscious way for an older woman to draw attention to herself, to highlight her femininity, and make herself just a little bit more alluring in your presence. It's a subtle yet powerful signal that says, hey, I'm feeling flirtatious and attracted to you, and I want you to notice me. 3. Touching your arm or shoulder. Now I know what you're thinking. Couldn't that just be a friendly gesture? And sure, to a certain extent you're right. But here's the thing. When it comes to body language, touch is a powerful form of communication, and a woman doesn't just go around making physical contact with someone she's not interested in. So, if an older woman is finding excuses to lightly graze your arm, or maybe even give you a playful nudge with her shoulder, well, my friend, that's a pretty clear sign that she's trying to create a sense of physical connection and intimacy between the two of you. And let's be real, there's something undeniably thrilling about a confident, self-assured woman who's not afraid to initiate that delicious moment of physical contact, even if it's just a fleeting touch. 4. Adjusting her clothing. Have you ever been in the company of an older woman who seems to be constantly smoothing out her clothing or adjusting her outfit? Well, my friends, that's not just a sign of a fidgety personality. It could very well be a subtle cue that she's interested in you. You see, when an older woman is in the presence of someone she's attracted to, she'll often engage in these little self-grooming gestures as a way to present her best, most alluring self. It's a subconscious attempt to look her absolute finest, because deep down she wants to catch your eye and make a lasting impression. So if you notice an older woman frequently adjusting her skirt, straightening her blouse, or even just casually running her hands down her sides, well, that could be her body's way of saying, hey, I'm feeling a little flustered by your presence, but in the best possible way. 5. Laughter at your jokes. Have you ever been in a situation where an older woman seems to find everything you say absolutely hilarious, even the jokes that aren't particularly funny? Well, my friends, that's not just a sign of an overly polite personality. It could very well be a subtle cue that she's attracted to you. You see, when a woman is truly interested in someone, she'll often go out of her way to laugh at their jokes and witty remarks, even if they're not necessarily comedic gold. It's her way of signaling that she's engaged, entertained, and genuinely enjoying your company. And let's be real, there's something undeniably flattering about making a woman laugh, especially an older, more experienced woman who's probably heard her fair share of lame jokes over the years. It's a sign that you've managed to tap into her sense of humor and create a genuine connection, even if it's just through a shared appreciation for dad jokes or puns. But here's the real kicker. If she's not just laughing but also touching your arm or leaning in closer during those moments of amusement, well, my friend, that's a pretty clear sign that her interest goes beyond just finding you funny. She's feeling that delicious spark of attraction too. 6. Lightly sighing. Have you ever been in the midst of a conversation with an older woman only to notice her emitting soft, almost imperceptible sighs of contentment? Well, my friends, that's not just a sign of fatigue or boredom. It could very well be a subtle cue that she's truly enjoying your company and feeling a sense of pleasure in your presence. You see, when a woman is genuinely attracted to someone, her body will often betray her true feelings through these little involuntary responses, like gentle sighing or even a slight flush in her cheeks. It's her body's way of expressing the depth of her attraction and the sense of comfort and ease she feels when she's around you. So, if you find yourself picking up on these delicate, almost sensual sighs during your interactions with an older woman, well, that could be her subconscious way of saying, "Hey, I'm completely at ease with you and I'm really savoring this moment." 7. Showing her neck. Let's talk about something that might seem like a small detail, but can actually be a massive sign of attraction when it comes to an older woman: showing her neck. Now, I know what you're thinking. How is exposing her neck a sign of anything other than, well, having a neck? But here's the thing. In the world of body language, the neck is a vulnerable area, and when a woman tilts her head or adjusts her posture in a way that exposes that delicate region, it's often a subconscious signal of submission and trust. You see, by baring her neck, an older woman is essentially saying, "Hey, I feel safe and comfortable around you, and I'm not threatened by your presence." It's a primal, instinctive gesture that speaks volumes about the level of attraction and connection she's feeling in that moment. So, if you notice an older woman subtly craning her neck in your direction or tilting her head in a way that accentuates that graceful curve, well, my friend, that's a pretty clear sign that she's feeling those delicious sparks of desire, even if she's trying her best to play it cool. 8. Nervous gestures. Have you ever been in the presence of an older woman who seems to be exhibiting signs of nervousness, like fidgeting, playing with her hair, or even bouncing her leg restlessly? Well, contrary to what you might think, those nervous gestures could actually be a sign that she's attracted to you. You see, when a woman is in the company of someone she finds genuinely appealing, her body will often betray her true feelings through these little involuntary movements and tics. It's almost as if her subconscious is so overwhelmed by the intensity of her attraction that it manifests physically, causing her to fidget and squirm like a love-struck teenager. And let's be real, there's something undeniably flattering about being the object of an older woman's desire. The very thought of it is enough to make even the most confident of men feel a little flustered and nervous themselves. So, if you find yourself noticing these subtle signs of nervousness in an older woman's presence, don't be too quick to write them off as mere anxiety or discomfort. Instead, consider the possibility that her body is simply betraying the depth of her attraction, even if she's trying her best to play it cool. 9. Sustained gaze during conversation. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't that just good eye contact? And sure, to a certain extent you're right. But here's the thing. When it comes to body language, there's a big difference between casual glances and sustained, lingering eye contact. The latter speaks volumes about a woman's level of engagement and interest, especially when it's coming from someone with more life experience under her belt. You see, when an older woman holds your gaze for extended periods, it's not just a sign of politeness or good manners. It's a subconscious signal that she's completely captivated by you, hanging on your every word and savoring the intimate connection that's unfolding between you two. So, if you find yourself on the receiving end of those intense, unwavering stares, don't be too quick to break eye contact. Instead, meet her gaze with confidence and allow that delicious tension to build, because that sustained eye contact just might be the first step towards something truly special. 10. Exposing her wrists. Let's talk about something that might seem like a small detail, but can actually be a massive sign of trust and attraction when it comes to an older woman: exposing her wrists. In the world of body language, the wrists are a vulnerable area, and when a woman exposes them in your presence, it's often a subconscious signal that she feels safe and at ease with you. You see, by baring her wrists, an older woman is essentially saying, "Hey, I trust you enough to let my guard down and expose this sensitive part of myself." It's a subtle yet powerful gesture that speaks volumes about the level of comfort and connection she's feeling in that moment. So, if you notice an older woman casually pushing up her sleeves or resting her hands in a way that exposes the delicate curve of her wrists, well, my friend, that's a pretty clear sign that she's feeling those delicious sparks of attraction, and she's not afraid to show it. So what's next for you? Discover the biggest triggers of sexual attraction, or learn her biggest turn-offs. Thanks for watching. please like, comment, and subscribe for more.